Hi, I'm Steve Chapman. We're going to do a short little video today on door knocking for campaigns. I've had the privilege, I guess, of working on 40 campaigns over the last 20 years. Normally, I work with candidates at the door. So, as a result, I've knocked on about 250,000 doors and spoken to 100,000 voters kind of face to face. Seen it all. Some people don't want you there. Some people are great to see you there. Most people enjoy seeing the candidate, more so in civic elections as opposed to federal. Of course, you get more of a division happening depending on what the person is. But nuts and bolts is that even though it's not the most efficient way of meeting voters, I mean, realistically, you're talking to maybe 4 or 5 voters an hour when you're door knocking. It is still one of the most personal and in many ways expected ways of working a campaign. In a lot of cases, people will vote for you simply because you showed up and asked. So it's an important part of the campaign process, and it's one of the best ways to actually learn about what people think is going on, and you can ask them questions. But mechanics of the situation is, first off, this is going to be your first exposure to the voters. So important to look nice, look presentable, and look not scary. You are a stranger knocking on a door, and that tends to cause a lot of people a little bit of discomfort. They don't know who you are. They don't know what you want. As the campaign progresses, hopefully you're going to be wearing some type of clothing that clearly states who you are, what you represent. This gives people a quick opportunity to either say yes, no, and no is fine. If somebody says, I don't want to talk to you, great, move on. You only have so much time and you have a lot of doors to go to. T-shirts are probably one of the most common outfit that people get. I prefer vests simply because you're not always going to be door knocking on a bright sunny day. And a lot of times if you don't wear a shirt or a jacket underneath, vests are simply a lot more versatile in that. Either way, your campaign team will hopefully have your campaign name, candidate name, or who you represent on both the front and the back of whatever it is that you are wearing. It's not only the people you are talking to that pay attention, it's everybody else around you. So you are fundamentally a walking billboard for the campaign. So important to keep that in mind no matter where you are on the campaign trail. As long as you're out there representing the party or the candidate, keep that in mind. Smile. Very important. Again, we want to be friendly. We want to be non-threatening. Never wear sunglasses. And generally, you don't want to wear a baseball cap or any type of cap on your head while you're actually talking to someone. You want this to be a fairly personal, upfront type situation. Best thing you can do during a campaign is not rush into your spiel. Introduce yourself. Hi, my name's Steve. I'm here representing the Maverick Party. I'm here representing the Conservative Party. Whatever it is that you are representing, let people know right off the bat who you are and why you're there. Typically at this point, you want to be able to ask some questions. In the upcoming federal election, what do you think might be some of the major issues that need to be addressed? In the upcoming mayoral race, are there any particular issues that you think need to be addressed? A lot of times, people may not necessarily have given this some thought, and they may hesitate. Be ready to fill in with something that is what you've been hearing. A lot of your neighbors are saying that the economy is one of the critical issues that we need to address. A lot of your neighbors are saying COVID is something we need to recover from as fast as possible. So throw them a bone. Throw them something that they can then hinge on to. But be open to what they have to say. And make sure you're writing it down. Make sure you're writing down everything that they say. Get their contact information. That's probably the most critical thing that you can do. If the person is supportive, see if you can follow up with them. See if you can get a phone number and an email address and get that down on paper as quickly as possible. Your campaign team will give you a little bit of information about what it is that you want to say. For the most part, you want to keep this fairly short. You want to give them basically the tagline, the main part of whatever your slogan is, whatever your campaign is. We're here to do this. We're here to help you with this. For more information, and you're going to be handing them some information anyway, a pamphlet of some type, and on that's going to be your campaign information. It's going to be your website. Big thing is you want to be there quickly. You want to ask them a couple of questions about what they think are the main concerns, and then you want to get away as fast as possible with the information. Your job is not to oversell it. Your job is really just to make contact, get them information, be friendly, answer any questions they might have. And if you don't know the answer, great. Just say it's going to be on the website. Or we'll have somebody from the campaign call you on that particular question because I don't know. And that's fine to say I don't know. You're a volunteer. Big thing to remember. Dress fairly nice. Again, you can be casual, but should have something with a collar. Should be something that is presentable, that represents the campaign that you're running on. And your job is not to convince people to vote. Your job is simply to introduce yourself, make sure they get the information that you're providing, and try to get their information. The number one thing that we need is voter ID. Is this person a supporter? Yes, no, maybe. Is this person interested? This may be the first time they've heard of you and of your candidate or campaign. So chances are they may or may not be excited, particularly if there's not a campaign or election happening right away, or they're not aware of it. But the big thing is try to make a good impression. Try to show that you're friendly, that you're interested, that you're involved, and you're committed. Never get into an argument. If they have an opposing opinion, say, great, thank you very much for your time, walk away. You're not there to debate. You're not there to convince. You're there to get their information and find out and record on your pad, is this a potential supporter or not? If it's no, great, move on. You only have so much time. You're basically talking to about 4 or 5 people an hour. So keep that in mind, that the objective is to answer a question if they got it, refer them to the website, or somebody else will get back to them. And if whenever possible, make sure you get their information. Thanks very much for watching, and I'm here to answer any questions.